welcome to Mushrooms
Discuss Podcast. I'm Mars, and this is
J.
Woo.
Yeah. So,
Huh? Oh,
huh?
I thought you said something.
No, I was just smacking my lips.
Nice.
So, do you have anything you want to dive in first?
Um, well, it's been a minute since we recorded a podcast because I've been working finally after like 2 weeks.
And I've been sleep deprived. Yeah.
Let's go.
Good mix, good mix.
Hell yeah. Different time zones and also lots of working and sleep deprivation. It's
Yeah.
a sick mix, dude.
Fist bump.
You can't see it, but I'm doing the fuckboy face.
Remember, like, when TikTok, those fuckboys would do the little wiggle with their fingers and,
Oh my god,
like,
like against their head or
yeah.
whatever. Oh god, it's awful. I'm doing that right now.
Yeah, that phase of TikTok is awful.
Yeah,
TikTok's
it's
just
real
awful.
bad. I love TikTok. Don't even get me started.
I love it, but the addiction can go so far.
That's true. I was sitting on TikTok for like an hour waiting for Moth to get done with work.
Oh yeah, it's
And
just
I was scrolling across some kind of spicy things. My For You page is off the chain lately.
whoa. What is your
Crazy.
For You page like? Like, if you could describe your For You page in like 3 words.
Um, ADHD nerdy thirst traps.
Okay, okay.
Because I
Interesting.
have I have a lot of ADHD TikToks because I'm so blessed to have that in my life.
Uh-huh.
And then also I watch a lot of like, streamers, gamers, all that kind of shit.
Yeah,
And there's like people who play Valorant and they post their clips on TikTok. And
yeah.
it's usually people who have like face cam or they'll use like I think it's like the Twitch filters or whatever where it makes your like face a potato, like a
Oh, yeah,
carrot
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. And like there's people that I watch that do that and then just other people with like face cam. And I was watching a lot of one girl. Her name is Farting Glitter and I love her so much. She has like the potato filter and
Yeah,
she's
I've
very
seen her
funny.
clips on TikTok.
Yeah, I was watching like a bunch of those and then she has a friend named Joel's. I'm so hardcore outing myself by saying their names. And what if there's a TikTok that popped up today and it wasn't his, but it was another girl's. And she was watching his stream when she's supposed to be playing Valorant. And he's in some sort of cosplay. I don't know what the cosplay was. I wasn't really paying attention.
Hmm.
But it's very much like cropped blue, like top thing. And I'm not gonna lie, he's extremely attractive. And he's like lean muscle almost, I guess, and like muscular.
Hmm.
So he's like sitting there in the cosplay, and she like comments in his Twitch chat, like, I'm looking so disrespectfully. And he's like, oh, you are? And he like leans back in his chair and puts his hands behind his head, and he's like, I'm just gonna lean back. And she's like, oh my God, like panicking. And they're like, dude, what are you doing? Get back in. And she's like, oh my God, yeah, I'm definitely here. Ha, I'm definitely playing. I'm so playing. I'm definitely. She like switches back to Valorant. I watched that TikTok a couple. It is, it's a weakness that like some people that play video games are also hot, and it pisses me off because it's like it's not fair. You can't be nerdy and attractive. Fuck off.
That's so funny. Oh,
I get a lot of Yeah, I get a lot of those. It's mostly him though, because he's the one that pops up the most. I don't even like Valorant that much. I don't play it. I played it like a couple times.
oh, yeah. I don't think I've played it like twice or something. It was okay.
I played it when I was interested in someone and they played it and they wanted me to play it. And I was like, okay, because I want to date you and you're cute. So I played it. I was like, I could probably play this. Like I got a couple kills and I was like sick.
Hmm.
The you, the euphoric feeling is there when you kill somebody,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
not enough for me to continue to play it because I get so mad and I stop talking. I get so mad when I die fast because I will rage quit. I'm that kind of person. So I'm like, I can't play this shit. It makes me too fucking angry. Sorry, I like hiccuped.
That's okay. I thought that was a laugh.
It felt like it, and I was like, oh, never mind. There's like a weird like breath thing in there. It was a hiccup.
uh, I think if I could describe my TikTok in 3 words, it would be like neurodivergent, queer relationships, and a day in my life videos.
Dude, I love that so much. I do get like other random shit though. I do get
Yeah.
a lot of gay stuff. Um, and then I also get like there's a TikTok account and it's like the two kids or whatever, and it's very cute where he like falls all the time. And then them like making like food together and stuff.
Uh huh.
And like the 6-year-old, I don't know how old he is. He like makes dinner better than their mom. And
Well.
she's like, I'm
Oh.
a
Yeah.
like the yeah, and she's like, I'm upset that he cooks better than I do and it tastes good.
Don't they have like their own little kitchen set? Is that the
I
kids you're
think
talking
so.
about?
I think so. I know he has like a little stool that has
Yeah.
like the barrier on it so he doesn't fall off. It's just so funny to me.
It's
All
impressive.
kids need that so they don't fucking bust their head on the floor trying to help out.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
That reminds me of the one time I had a pair of heelies that I got for my birthday when I was like, I don't know,
Fuck.
8 or 7, and I like fell back on them or something, and I hit my head on the
No.
counter, and I was like, that's cool.
Oh, fuck. Ow. God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
God, yeah, I wasn't allowed to have Healy. They gave me rollerblades though,
Oh, that's
so
that's not safer.
yeah, I rode them in the house until I got better with them, and then I started riding them outside on the rocks,
Right.
which is still, so good, but
Yeah.
I need more so I can go out. Because Moth wants to skate, and I don't want to use my longboard because I'm embarrassed about not being good about it, and also I'm too lazy to learn how to use it right now, so I'm like, I'm just gonna buy rollerblades so I can skate with them and not have to look like a child on my longboard when I don't feel like it.
Dude, rollerblades are tricky. Jen and I had this like little phase that I think I ruined because I got scared of rollerblades. Like he had tri skates. Um,
Try.
it's 3 wheels, no brake.
Oh
Um,
fuck.
yeah, and I got like the quad skates, and
Hmm.
quad skates are terrible for riding outside, especially because we have cobblestone. Like
Oh
your
yeah.
wheels are gonna get stuck in it. But then he bought a pair of quad skates, like rollerblades,
Hmm.
and so he would wear those, and I would try out the tri skates, and then I fell. My glasses got ruined, and I did not want to do it again.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was like,
That probably.
I was holding them in my hand, crying. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh
I felt like a little
no.
toddler.
Yeah. I mean, I do that too. As soon as I get hurt, I'm like, fuck this shit. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, if there's like one bad experience, I'm like, ugh, I know it's gonna happen again.
Yeah. I also can't ride the quad ones at all.
They're hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but everyone's like, "Oh my God, skates," and they immediately think of the quad ones, and I'm like, I can't fucking skate in those at all. I feel like I have before, but as soon as I learned how to do inlines, I was like, yeah, like I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. That shit's difficult. Inlines are so much easier. I don't use the brake either.
Oh wow.
I don't know how. I just skate with them and then figure it out.
Yeah. I feel like with quad skates, we're both pigeon-toed, so I feel like
Yeah.
it's really hard, and I like my right foot goes in way more than my left foot when I stand. So when I'm skating, I'll trip on my own feet.
Yeah, 'cause like the wheels get like caught in each other if you get too close.
Yeah.
Like they'll like interconnect. With inlines, you can get pretty close, and the most you'll do is like clack the like feet part together, not the
Yeah.
wheels,
Ugh. Yeah.
which is pretty fun. I do that sometimes when I get bored. I'll skate and I swerve my feet in and out, because
Yeah.
you can do that without getting them like fucking caught in each other, and I'll just like clack my shit together while I'm skating.
Nice.
Yeah. I wish we still had a roller rink here.
What happened to it? Is it not a thing anymore?
It's been gone, bro. It's gone
Didn't it
before you
turn
left.
in? Didn't it turn into like a church, or was that this?
I think it's a church. I know the sign is officially gone.
Oh,
They
R.I.P.
took the sign down like a couple months to a year ago. I can't remember, but it's gone now.
Man,
Unfortunately.
I don't know that roller rink. I just have too many trauma moments. Like,
Yeah.
I remember this one time. I don't know if you were there, but it was a couple of us there, and we were skating, and this guy just like goes so fast by us, and he has these like razor headphones on, and he's just like has a sweat towel around his neck, but he's like passing kids, and you can feel the wind like
Jesus.
gust against you, but he's like showing off, and he's like so close to you, like you can trip, and ugh, it's just like,
That was a workout.
yeah, it was scary when he just come near you. You're just like, oh, gotta go.
Ugh. That's like I hate shit like that so much. Well, it also sucks though because we don't have any other ones. We have an ice skating rink. I'm not fucking doing that. I can't ice skate. Hello? I'll bust my face on the ice. I'm not doing that shit. I don't got the money to fix it.
Right? Yeah.
So I gotta
Oh,
go outside and it's gross.
yeah. Go to the skate park.
Oh, I'm not doing like half pipes and rollerblades and getting laughed at by 12-year-olds that are skating on their little skateboards.
Plus, the skate park there is terrifying.
Yeah, it's awful. I've been there once and it was for a field trip for photography and bleep out the name, but
Yeah.
it was for the photography class, and I was standing in between Gage and like um Kyla
Uh
the
huh.
whole time because I was like, I'm gonna get jumped. I'm so scared. So I was standing in between them the entire time, like walking around with them. And also, most of those kids that we went to school with are just like outwardly more scary. Like I
Yeah.
have a rescue bitch face for sure, but I'm also 5'2", so it doesn't do a lot all the time. Um, and there was just like a lot of people there when we went to like take pictures of the graffiti and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was just like staying so close to everybody because I was like, I'm, I will cry. I
Yeah.
don't want to do this because I would cry so fucking easy all
Mhm.
the time. Can't anymore because, testosterone, baby. But before I was like, if anybody says anything, I know they'll stand up for me, so I'm just gonna stand behind him the whole time. Because he's like 6'2", so I'm
Yeah.
like, let's
He was a
go. I
big
got
guy.
somebody. He was. I got somebody a foot taller than me right now. Fuck yeah, dude. He's like my big brother right now. It's, yeah. So I just slunk around with them the whole time until we left. So scared.
I think the most I've been scared by like a homeless person like harassing me two times. So one time I was walking to work, and this homeless lady just squared up and right in front of me.
Oh my
Um,
God.
and I was like, "Whoa!" Like I had to like do like the side shuffle to get away from her. And
Hmm.
then another time I went to a cafe in the morning. Even though I worked at a cafe, I went to a different cafe, and I got a
Oh my
hot
God.
chocolate, and I was walking, and this guy's like, "Give me your coffee." And I was like, "Oh my God."
Holy shit.
And then he was like, haha, I'm just kidding. And I'm like, no, that's not funny.
No, it's not. Fuck. I
It's,
had a lady once. Um, I got my first flat tire outside of work the day I quit. Like, the last day that I was working there, I went to leave and my ex-boss came out and he was like, "Hey, you can't drive on that. Your tire's flat." And I was like, "Fuck." And he goes, "You should probably go across the street and get like fix it flat so I can pump it into your tire and then you can go get it fixed tomorrow because they're closed today." And I was like, "Okay." So I was gonna go across the street and I grab all my shit out of my car that I would need. And I'm
uh-huh.
standing at the intersection and this lady comes up and she was like, "Oh my God, I love your hair." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And we were talking a little bit. And she's like, she's like, "So I don't want to talk to you because I'm going through it.
Uh,
And that's why I have this." And she holds up like a Jack Daniels bottle. And she's like, because I'm fucking pissed and I don't want to take it out on you,
Oh
but I
my
wanted to let you know that I love your hair. And I was like, oh, thanks. And she kept talking a little bit, and she was like, yeah, I don't know why this came up, but it came up normally, but it's gonna sound weird. She goes, "Yeah, I used to like play violin all the time. It's my favorite. I love doing it. And then somebody fucking broke it." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And she goes, "Yeah, it's fine. I'm just fucking mad now, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of
Oh
him." And I
my
was like, "Heck
god.
yeah." And she was like, you're sweet. Stay beautiful." And then she walked across the street when the light changed, and I was like, "You know what? That was the best interaction I could have had with that woman. It was great. She told me my
Yeah.
hair is great. She told me to stay beautiful, and she said that she was doing her best to be nice to me while she was going through like a manic
Oh
episode
my
while drinking.
god.
And I was like, you know what?
Could have gone
She treated me
worse.
better when my mom did when she drinks. So
Yeah.
that's all I gotta say.
I was literally thinking the same.
She's better than my parents when they would drink. So that's all I gotta say about that. A random stranger, there's no excuse.
God.
So
Oh
funny
my
though.
god. Do you
I,
remember the
I
one
think about
time?
her.
Wait, what?
I think about her sometimes. She's in my
She's an
thoughts.
icon.
She's an icon. She's a legend. I love her. She's slay. She's so slay.
She's such slay girl boss.
She's so slay, girl boss queen.
She's such a gay icon.
Oh my god, she's such an icon. Oh
Oh
my
my god,
god.
she's like the new Lady Gaga.
Oh my god, bitch.
Uh,
Oh my
do,
god. Okay.
do you remember the one time when we were two? I think this was with you. I'm pretty sure it was when we were at the bus station and some woman was just walking out with her boobs out.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, you said bus station, and I said yes. I thought I was thinking of a different time, but I do remember this.
Well,
When
do
she
you
had
also
like,
remember the time when we got yelled at for having a succulent?
yeah, that was the other time I was thinking of. And that was the first time. The first time I had ever rode the buses, dude. I was like I think I was like 15. You're probably 16, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
something.
but yeah, we were like having a great time. We went, we got our succulents. I got a candle. We
Yeah.
were living life. First time I ever rode the bus.
Yeah.
And we were going back to the bus station so we could go back to my house and we could
Uh-huh.
like, have fun with our little succulents and shit. And fucking this lady comes up and she's like screaming at us about succulents and how you could just put them in a bowl of water for a month and they'll be fine. My fucking my fucking black boyfriend or whatever, or no, my boyfriend got beat up by a black man. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Either her boyfriend was black and he got beat up, or her boyfriend got beat up by a black man.
Oh
I
my
can't remember what it
god.
was. But she was like this fucking like she kept screaming and she kept asking, can you buy me a water? Can you buy me water? And you were like, there's a Starbucks down there, they give out free water. And you kept saying it because we were like,
Yeah.
we're not gonna fucking buy you water. We don't have money. We're 15. Chill out. And we finally you said it one more time. She goes, okay, thanks. And you like had to tell her where it was, and then she left, and we were like, what the
Oh my
fuck was that?
god.
She was a nightmare, and we laughed about it for like the next 3 years.
No, but the thing is, didn't the lady with her boobs out happen at the same day?
Was it?
I think so, because we were walking to the bus station, right?
Oh my God, it might have been the same
But she
day.
was wearing like a tutu and her tutu was like
Her
tucked in her
under-
underwear or something, and she just had her like tits out.
Yeah, she had her tits out, and then she put her underwear on over her pants.
And she
Yeah,
was
and she was
screaming and making
screaming.
fart noises with her mouth.
Yeah, she was making fart noises at people when they walk by and screaming at them. Oh my God,
God.
it was so fucking weird. No wonder I don't want to ride the bus anymore.
Yeah, that town is awful when it comes to
Yeah,
the. Yeah.
no, oh my God, it's so scary. No wonder I'm like, I don't care what it takes. Somebody drive me somewhere. And as soon as I got my license, I was like, I'm never fucking doing that
Yeah.
shit again.
Oh my god, I don't know if I told you, when I was working at the cafe downtown in the library, um,
Uh-huh.
it was like, I don't know, it was pretty late. It was winter, so it was like getting darker at night. And I was by
Hmm.
myself in like the main area. And there's this guy sitting on the table. No worries, no biggie. And then he starts screaming and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill everyone. And I'm like, okay, cool. So
Oh,
I
great.
sat there for a moment while he was screaming because I was like, if I get up, I'm scared. I don't have security number. And so
Yeah.
I waited till he stopped talking and I just ran. And then I got the security and then he got kicked out. But he was just screaming like bloody murder
Oh my God.
about how he was going to kill everyone and God's going to come down. And
Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, I don't like it down there.
yeah, no.
It's where everybody congregates. Does not matter if you have a problem or not. Everybody's down there, and it's so awful.
Yeah.
I hate it. I was getting nervous when I have to drop Moth down there when they
Oh.
have to go somewhere. I'm like, are you sure I could just drive you?
Oh. Yeah, be safe, Moth.
Yeah, that's why they are not allowed to take the bus home when it's too late, because then it's usually not running anyway. But also,
Yeah.
they're not allowed to walk home if it's too
Oh, yeah,
late. They just
no.
pick them up. Or if it's too early, they usually won't take the bus.
Hmm.
Um, because the bus runs next to like a probation place
Yeah.
sometimes,
Hmm.
and they go really early. And there was one time where they were really early, and they were just like saying slurs and like
Oh.
being weird. And Moth was like, "Am I gonna get fucking hate crimed at 7 a.m.?"
Oh,
Great.
no.
And I was like, "Yeah, we're not doing that again. If it's
Oh,
that early, I will drive for you, or you can fucking walk." No,
yeah.
no, 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 we're not doing that shit again. So it's
Yeah.
it's so fun. We're in between so many fun people.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
God.
it.
And I like that bus in front of your guys' place, worst bus, because like so
Yeah.
many bad people get on.
Yeah, it's not fun at all, and I hate it. Uh,
Well, speaking of bad people,
oh my God.
transitioning, we want to talk about our Karen experiences. Should we go off like popcorn, like you go, I go?
Sure.
Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
You go first. I have to think of one.
Okay.
Because you wrote all of yours down, so I'm mostly just gonna be like, what are you saying? Perfect. Let me think of one off of whatever reference I get from yours.
Okay. So one I wrote down. I'm trying to think of which one to choose.
Ooh.
Um, I'll start out easy, even though this is not easy. So I worked in a cafe, and I feel like it was during the pandemic, so everyone's just crazy. Um, and this lady walks up with her friend, they're probably like, I don't know, 50s or so, and she's like, can I get hot breve, medium size? And I was like, yeah, no worries. And so I ring her up, I get it going, and then I'm, steaming the milk and everything. I put the little sleeve on, and she drinks it, and she's like, this is not hot enough.
The
I was
fuck?
like, okay, well, during the pandemic, I can't take it back, so you can either keep it or throw it away. And she throws it away, and I'm like, cool, waste of everything. Um,
Holy.
and so I was like, yeah, I'll remake it for you. And so I remake it. I'm burning my hands while making it, and then I pour it back into the cup. I give it to her, and she was like, this is just not hot enough. And I was like, okay, well, you can either keep it or throw it away. I'll try it one more time. And then she was like, oh, fine. And so I get my shift leader and I was like, hey, make this as hot as you can. This lady wants it steaming. I was burning my hands. And he was like, okay, if I steam it any longer, I'll burn the milk. And so
God.
he burns the milk and it like makes the bottom of the steamer milk thing like kind of crispy. And then
Uh-huh.
he pours it into the cup and she's like, this isn't hot enough. And I'm like, are
What the
you
fuck?
kidding me?
You
And
have an
I was
iron mouth?
and I was like, well, that was it. I can't do anything else for you. Like, you can toss it or go somewhere else. It's just like the audacity to waste these ingredients and get mad at me for it. Like,
That's such garbage, dude. What the fuck?
yeah, I didn't understand.
Yucky, dude. No. Ew.
And that's just an easy Karen story.
Yeah. At least you didn't get screamed at. That's good.
Yeah, she was just annoyed, which is That's a level one for the Karens.
Ooh, the level one on the Karen meter.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of off the top of my head.
Uh-huh.
I do have like a couple, so I'm just gonna choose one.
Yeah.
There was one that happened today. So much fun.
Uh-huh.
Um, so it we closed at like 8. And it was like 7:30. No, like 7:20 maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna say like 7:20, 7:25.
Uh-huh.
And we're like mostly done with everything for like closing. And like this girl comes in, she's just getting like something adjusted on her glasses, just because it's like making things like a little blurry, so she just needs something shifted.
Yeah.
And my coworker is helping her with that because she knows how to do that, and I do not because I'm still training.
Uh-huh.
And this guy comes in, and he doesn't look at me, and I
Oh.
go, "Hello," and he grunts. I'm
Oh.
like, "How can I help you?" And he holds up his glasses, and like the arm on one of them is just off,
Oh.
and he holds them up at me. Or no, he holds up the arm because he's fucking wearing the glasses. He has the one arm on, and he holds up the arm, and he goes and sits down at a different table.
What?
And I was like, cool, sick. So I get up and I walk around and I go and sit in front of him, and I'm like, what can I help you with? And he goes, these, and he puts it on a table. And I go, oh, okay, that's not good. And I look at it and I'm like, okay, well, it's not a screw, so I can't help you with that.
Uh-huh.
And he starts explaining. He's like, yeah, well, because I was like, did you get him from us? And he goes, yeah, I did. And I was like, okay, well, I would need to see if we can do anything about this. I'm still new, so I know I can't, and I have to ask my coworker if she can.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you might have to look at getting a new frame. Because I asked him if he got the protection plan, he said no. And
Uh-huh.
he was like, well, I'm not paying for a new one. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm going to ask her if she can do anything about it. Otherwise, we're going to have to figure something out. And he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, yeah, well, yesterday, this lady was like finicking with it and she was fiddling with it. And it wasn't comfortable on my face when she was done. She kept doing it. It wasn't comfortable, wasn't comfortable. And, um, I didn't like it. And she didn't heat up the glasses when she was fixing it. And so she did it wrong. And I was
Oh.
like, okay, well, your glasses are metal, so we don't need to heat them up because they're metal. And we can just push them around. And that's kind of how metal works. You only have to do that with polycarbonate and plastic. And he
Uh-huh.
kind of grunts as like, okay, well, he was wrong and he doesn't want to admit that, so cool. Um, so he just doesn't fucking say anything. And I was like, so she just, she was trying to adjust him and just wasn't comfortable. And he goes, yeah. And I was like, okay, that's crazy that you didn't fucking say anything. You just left. All right, whatever. Um, So I pick up his glasses and my coworker's done and the lady leaves. So I walk over to her and I'm like, hey, and I show it to her. She goes, oh, okay. She walks over and she's like, yeah, we can't do anything with this, unfortunately. It looks like you probably have to get a new frame, because there's no way that we can really put this back together because it's like on the hinge. So you
Yeah.
can't glue it or anything either,
Yeah.
even if he wanted to glue it because it just wouldn't fucking bend anymore.
Yeah.
Um, because he somehow fucking broke them in a day, and it was his fault. Um, and he was like, "Yeah, well, I'm not fucking paying for your guys' mistake."
Oh.
And she was like, "Okay, like, what happened?" And he tells her this again. Um, and she was like, "Okay, do you want me to like write a note for the manager?" And he goes, "When's the manager going to be in?" She goes, I don't know their schedule."
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Ugh." And
Oh.
she's like, well, they work tomorrow. And he goes, what, who opens? And she goes, I couldn't tell you. I don't know the schedule.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, ugh. And he gets up to like leave. And she goes, do you want me to write a note for her to call you tomorrow? And because she was like, do you work with so and so, who is the general manager, been
Yeah.
there 12 years, the manager to talk to.
Uh-huh.
And she was the one who fixed his glasses yesterday.
Oh.
So obviously she didn't do anything fucking wrong. She's been there for over a decade. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. And he goes, yeah. So she gets out, a sticky note. She gets her pen. She goes, what's your first name? He says it, very annoyed. She writes it down. She goes, what's your last name? He says it. And then she's like, and how do you spell that? And he just so bitchy, it like spells it
Oh.
out really fast too, just to like make her work for it.
Right.
Um, and she gets his phone number And then she's like, okay, when she gets in tomorrow, I'll have her call you. And he goes, fine. And he like stomps out and leaves.
Uh,
And I was like, what the fuck? Did he just like leave without like saying anything yesterday? She goes, oh, I'll tell you what happened because I watched it happen.
oh, the tea.
Yeah, because apparently yesterday she was sitting there and our manager was like fixing his glasses, like adjusting them and stuff. And she kept going, like, does it feel good? Do they fit? Do you need anything adjusted? You know what this bitch was doing the whole time he was
What?
sitting there? Mm,
Oh,
mm, mm, like shrugging, not saying anything, just like, mm, like grunting,
right.
not saying anything, like a child.
Oh no.
How the fuck was she supposed to know if they were fixed or not?
Right.
How the fuck was she supposed to know if they felt good or not? He wasn't saying anything. She's not a mind reader.
Yeah.
And he was pissed off that they didn't feel comfortable on his face, even though he didn't fucking say anything, and he left.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, and he was like, oh yeah, it's your guys' mistake. I'm not paying for him again.
Oh, uh.
Huh? Speak up next time, bitch. You got a voice, use it.
I like how he didn't acknowledge you at first too.
Yeah, he didn't look at me until I kept persisting and being like, how can I fucking help you, dude? Like, you gotta talk to me to get anything around here. That's not how this shit works.
Oh God, that's like, oh my God, that reminds me. So many people in the cafe, like customers, they think you're a mind reader. They
Yeah.
like they, oh my throat. They like stand there and you're like, hi, like how can I help you? And they just stand and they look at you and you're like, what do I do for you?
Yeah, like, how can I help you? You didn't say anything. I don't know if you're talking in your head, but I can't fucking hear it.
Yeah. Or
So
like
annoying.
when they're like, yeah, I'd like a bagel. Okay, what bagel? We have like 12 different options.
Yeah, what flavor of bagel do you need? There's a million of them. I don't know which one you want.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Uh,
I see the little picture bubble above your head with the bagel you want, asshole. Tell me the fucking bagel.
it's like The Sims when they talk.
Oh my God. Literally, we're not Sims. I can't see your shit.
God. Um, when you mentioned being new and like that person kind of being rude to you, I don't know if they were being rude to you because you were new, probably, but
Probably.
that reminded me of this time when I was training at Starbucks, and at Starbucks you have to remember all the shortcuts to the name, like a brown sugar shaken espresso was like a Boise or something. Anyways,
Fuck.
and so you had to remember all of their 900 drink shortcuts. So I was standing at the cash register, and it was like literally the parents from Matilda were standing there. Um, like they just look
Oh.
like that.
Uh,
And they ordered something, and I was hesitating to writing down the shortcut name.
mhm.
And I looked at my shift leader who was standing right next to me because she was helping me, and I was like, hey, what is the shortcut name for whatever they ordered? And she's whispering it to my ear while they're talking. And so I'm writing it down, and I give it to the person who was on the line. Something got messed up. I can't remember exactly what, but it was very minor. And the lady
Uh-huh.
complains about it. And then she was like, well, if you didn't have your shift leader talking in your ear the whole time, maybe you could have got my order right. And
Ew.
then my other coworker was like, no, no, no. They're training. They're training. You can't say that.
Yeah. The fuck?
And then my coworker was like, I should have gave them decaf. I should have spat in their drink.
Dude, honestly. That's how you get your shit spit in.
Yeah, pro tip, if you go to a cafe, more than 85% of the coworkers are going to give you decaf if you're an asshole. So that's what
Dude,
we
if you
did.
go to fast food, they'll spit in your burger.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When my mom worked at Taco Bell, I'm pretty sure she said that people would spit in their shit constantly
Oh
when they
my
were assholes to
god.
them. There's also stories of them just jacking off into your
Oh
food. So
no.
careful, careful. Don't be a fucking asshole to people who get paid like $8 an hour.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, because they will jerk off into your burger and not feel bad about it and just say it's mayonnaise.
Oh no.
So
That's
careful.
disgusting.
Yeah.
God.
Um, when you were talking about like the shift leader helping you, that also reminded me.
Yeah.
Um, at my old job when I was selling appliances,
Uh-huh.
I had to do a lot of like over the phone stuff and like helping people like figure out parts when they don't know the fucking names for them.
Yeah.
Um, and I was very new at the time when this happened. I think it had like barely been like a month or two, maybe at most.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for a lot of the times when I was on the phone, I would have like my manager standing like next to me or like across from me, like telling me things so I could do it over the phone.
Yeah.
And this guy, he needed something, and I couldn't like, I was trying to I kind of understood, but I was like explaining something or whatever to him, like helping him, while my manager was like telling me the things, and I would relay it to him essentially. Um, so I was like learning that way, and I was doing that a lot, and he was obviously frustrated and upset because I wasn't like doing it correctly or whatever, in
Mm-hmm.
quotes. Um, and towards the end, he sounded like kind of nicer or whatever, but then he goes, and before you go, can I talk to your manager?
Uh,
And I was like, sure. Let me just put you on hold and I'll transfer you over. And he goes, okay. And I say, have a good rest of your day. And he goes, thanks, you too. And I put him
uh-huh.
on hold. And I look at her and I go, he wants to talk to a manager. And I hold out the phone. And she goes, why? And I go, I don't know. He wouldn't tell me. She goes, okay. And she takes the phone from me and she takes him off hold and she goes, hi, this is the manager. How can I help you? And he fucking complains about me, about what I was doing or whatever, and like not doing it well enough. And um and about like taking too long. I
Oh
took
my
too
god.
long to help him out and too long to figure it out.
Oh my god.
So she goes, yeah, I was standing right next to him, helping him figure it out and telling him what to do and what he needs to tell you the whole time.
Oh my god.
He's still training.
Oh my god.
So that's why it was taking a little bit longer than normal, but realistically, it wasn't going to be that fast anyway.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, and I guess he was just like, oh, okay, and she just hung up
Oh
on me.
my god. People are such douches to new people. It sucks.
Yeah, I was like, are you fucking serious? I literally told you everything she would have told you, just like 2 seconds slower.
Yeah.
Hello.
Uh.
Maybe you should have been a fucking idiot on what you wanted, and it would have gone faster, asshole. I hate that. I hate when people complain because they're like, they'll complain to me when I'm telling them like, "Oh, this is so annoying." And I'm like, "Maybe if you knew what the part was called that you wanted, I'd be able to tell you if we have it or not. But
Right.
because you're trying to explain it to me in dumb words, I don't know what fucking part you need, dipshit. Send me a picture like I asked and stop trying to explain to me what it looks like because
Right.
half the parts in here look the same."
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's so annoying.
Yuck. Mm.
I hate
So
customer
stupid.
service so
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't. Just Karens. I don't get their mindset. I don't understand.
I don't either. It's like you have none of you ever worked in like retail or fast food or any kind of customer service.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you think it's okay to talk to somebody like that? What's
Also,
wrong with you?
another thing that's really like toxic in work environments when coworkers are toxic to you because you're like
Mm,
new. It's
yeah.
like we were in the same place. Like you were new once too.
Yeah, you're not any better. You keep acting like that shit, you're gonna be new somewhere else.
God. I had this coworker at the old bagel shop.
Hmm.
She was like this college girl who would like party all the time and
Ew.
she would just like she was new.
Hmm.
But she would text everyone to cover for her cuz she was up drinking and
Ew.
it got to the point where no one would respond to her and so she would have to come in, but I
Good.
think she ended up getting fired because of that reason. But oh my god.
Good. Fuck her.
I just bumped
So
into the mic.
stupid.
Yeah. Um. God. Yeah. Another Karen story I can talk about is that I don't know. I think I've told you this before. I was working, doing some bagels, taking this guy's. Okay, so this. Let me set the scene. Bagel shop, downtown. This guy walks in with his friend. They're both wearing Trump hats. So,
Ugh.
um,
Favorite.
Yeah, and they're probably like 60 or something. Me
Ew.
at the counter, piercings, dyed hair, black clothes, mask, hat. Wait, am I wearing a hat? No, I'm not wearing a hat. And and also deep voice, testosterone mode. And they come up, the guy goes, I want this, that, my friend wants this, etc. And I go, okay, I'm putting it into the thing, and the guy like subtly flirts with me. I don't acknowledge it. I'm uncomfortable. And then he like nudges his friend and he's like, haha, like, am I right? And I just don't pay attention. And so I I'm the only one on the line because it was like a slow day and my coworker was taking a little break. So I start
Mm.
making the food and then I call up the guy and then he says something. I don't acknowledge it because I'm already on the next ticket. And then I look up and then he flips me off. He flipped
So
me off.
God. Old men are so gross.
It's like, what? I made you your damn food.
Didn't want to fuck me, then fuck you.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
literally what that was. That's so gross, dude.
yeah. Sorry, I'm 20 and you're like 80.
Yeah, ew, dude. Yeah. Why the fuck would you want to flirt back in the first place? It's not like that's part of the experience either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't get paid enough for this. I don't want to talk to you.
yeah. It's not like I didn't get you your food and then tell you to have a nice day.
Yeah.
I just didn't flirt back.
Yeah.
Gross. Yucky, yucky.
God.
Um. Oh, I did have like a similar one to before.
Yeah.
Very, very mild. To like the not looking at me.
Hmm.
There was a guy when I was selling appliances. I was sitting at the front and there's four chairs. I don't know if I've already said this. I can't remember. But there's like four chairs. There's two on like each side of the desk. It's like a big desk.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sitting on like the outside part. So like I'm sitting where like customers would, I guess. Because that was the comfortable chair other than an office chair, but the manager gets the office chair, so I didn't sit in it.
Right.
And she was there for a bit, and then she went to the back to do something. It's like to go to the bathroom or refill her water bottle or something. So I'm sitting up front, and this guy comes in, and I look back, because there's like a beep noise when like the door opens.
Hmm.
So I look back and I'm like, "Oh, hello. Like, how can I help you?" And he doesn't look at me. He just keeps walking.
Awesome.
He walks all the way up to the front. Mind you, I'm sitting directly next to him. He has to stand next to me to wait for help.
Awesome. Love that.
And I'm like, "How can I help you?" And he like doesn't really look at me. I think he like maybe side eyes me a little bit, but like not much. I'm like, "Okay, that's fucking weird." And before I'm able to like ask again, she comes back to the front and she goes, "Oh, hi. How can I help you?" And he starts talking to her
Uh,
and like, all this. And she like figures something out or whatever. He doesn't get what he needs. He leaves. And during the interaction, he says like one thing to me, and after that he leaves. And I was like,
mhm.
that's fucking weird. And after he's out the door, I looked at her and I was like, he didn't talk to me until you came out. And she goes, what? And I was like, yeah, he wouldn't look at me or talk to me. And she
Uh,
goes, I would say it's because maybe he's like sexist and he thought you were a woman, but
uh-huh.
I'm also a woman, so I think he's racist.
Oh
And I was
my
like, oh, you're
God.
so right. Because she's a white woman. That's the only difference it would have been if he thought I was a woman, because I'm
Right.
black.
Oh my
And she was like,
God.
oh, he was just racist. And I was like, well, good thing he didn't get what he fucking wanted. And she goes, yeah, I know. Holy shit. Yeah, he
Oh
didn't look at me the entire time. He barely side-eyed me and said like one thing to me.
my God. My
Yeah.
God.
And I was like, what the fuck did I do? I said, hi, how can I help you? And you just didn't. Hello?
Ugh. Uh,
So dumb.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh my God.
Yucky, yucky, yucky.
That's so annoying.
Ah,
I just the audacity, the the self-entitlement that people have. Oh my God.
I know.
Like I know I feel like the mask mandate definitely brought out the Karens and Kens for sure.
Oh yeah, I got one of those too.
Oh,
Ugh.
yeah. Oh my God. Like okay, when I worked at the big like I also worked at a laundromat, and I'll just briefly explain when the mask mandate happened. Let me tell you, I called the cops at least 9 times a month. Anyways, but
Jesus
like
Christ.
also at the bagel shop, college kids would come in, and Karens and Kens would come in, and college kids are just straight up disrespectful sometimes,
Oh yeah.
and they just like are so uh selfish, I guess, like self-centered, and so they had like
Especially
yeah.
when they're going for something really difficult in college, like they're going to be a doctor or a lawyer. It's like, oh, I'm never gonna have to do this kind of shit, so I'm gonna treat you like shit anyway.
Yeah. Um yeah, they like would not wear their masks when they came in, and so we'd have to be like, "Hey, you have to wear a mask." And then I'd give them the mask, and they'd give me the trash back, like the wrapper it comes in. I'm like, "Awesome, cool. There's a trash can right behind you." Um and
Ugh.
and then they would like giggle with their friends while they're trying to order, and I'm just standing there. But anyways, my friend who also worked there, they had like what's the word? Immunocompromised or something like that.
Immunocompromised.
Yeah, they were that. And so, they're really sensitive to getting sick. And
Hmm.
so this one time, it was literally a line out the door, and they screamed at the top of their lungs, "If you are wearing a mask, cover your goddamn nose. I do not want to die." And
God,
oh my god. I just hate it.
so fucking annoying. Oh my God, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
I did once when I was working at the dollar store, I had somebody come in. I told her that she needed to put a mask on. 'Cause it was like the second time or whatever, 'cause it was like the main one, and then it went down and it went back up.
Yeah.
And when it went back up, we had to tell people to put their masks on again.
Yeah.
And she wasn't wearing one, obviously, and I told her she needed to put one on, and she got mad at me, and we started arguing.
Oh
Um,
no.
and it, I, I have gained so much patience over
Yeah.
working, uh, because it hadn't even been a year since I had started like having jobs.
Uh,
Um, And I was sitting there arguing with her, not checking her out while she was up at the register. And because she was putting all her shit on the belt. And I was like, you have to wear a mask in the store. And she goes, you can't make me. And I was like, it is store policy. We don't work for the government. We are a private business. We can tell you what to wear in the
yeah.
store. And she was like, well, you can't ask for my medical records. And I was like, I'm not
Oh
asking you for
my
your medical records. I'm
god.
telling you to put one on. She goes, well, I'm fully vaccinated. And I go, I don't give a shit. I don't care for the people that work in the store are fully vaccinated and still have to wear a mask. The majority of the people that come into the store are fully vaccinated and still have to wear a mask. You
Yeah.
still have to wear a mask. It does not fucking matter.
Yeah.
And she kept arguing with me. And my
Uh,
manager, my store manager, finally had to come up and be like, if you are going to continue to argue and be disrespectful, you can leave and not buy anything.
uh,
You are halfway out the store, just chill out, wear a mask next time, or don't come back and let him check out your stuff so you can leave. Or
yeah.
just leave all your shit on the belt and get out.
Oh my god.
She was being such a little bitch about it. And I was like, the only thing that is illegal, you can ask someone for their vaccination card. You can tell someone to put a mask on. You can call their fucking doctor and ask. The only part that is illegal is if their doctor tells you.
Yeah.
The
Oh my
only part
god.
that is illegal is if their doctor tells you without their consent their medical history.
Yeah.
Without that release of information and the signatures and all of it, that is the only part that is illegal. I can call your doctor and ask. The only part that is bad is if he fucking tells me what it is.
Yeah. Oh my
I can
god.
ask for your vaccination card, and if you're not vaccinated and don't have one, I could kick you out and it wouldn't matter.
Uh,
Oh my God, I
uh.
want to punch that woman in the mouth. I hate her so much. I hated her so much.
And like the way that people try to go around wearing masks, like those dumb face shields that did nothing.
God, those don't do fucking anything. It just goes around it. It goes
Yeah.
around it. It goes around it. It doesn't do anything. It only does something if you're wearing a mask underneath.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god. And like the thing is, all anti-maskers make it political. That's like the such stupid thing about it. It's like, are you
It's
kidding
not.
me?
It's just I don't want to get sick and die. Sorry.
Yeah,
And the
how?
amount of people that are on their deathbeds after getting COVID and they're
Oh my
like, "Is
god.
it too late to get vaccinated?" You're like, "Yeah, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
it's too fucking late. Hello."
oh my god. And like, I remember in that town, all the college kids getting COVID because of the parties happening.
Oh my God, yeah, it's so gross, dude.
Once again, going back to self-entitlement. Oh my
People
god.
are still getting COVID
Yeah.
around. It's not gone. I
It's,
don't understand why people think it's gone just because
it's
the
gonna
number
be a
went
quick
down a little bit.
turnaround. They're going
But
yeah.
back
back up. Chill
from
out.
all the shitty people to the fun stuff, because I have good things to say about my new job.
Uh-huh.
We'll see how long that lasts, but I hope it's a long time. Okay. So I've been doing my job for like a week now, I think.
Uh-huh.
Um, and it's been really fucking good.
Ooh.
Um, Everybody that I work with is very, very nice, which is great. I have
Mm-hmm.
people closer to my age that I work with finally. They're not all like
Nice.
50 to 70. Oh my God. Um, I have a work bestie and she's great. We've closed together for the last 3 days. Um, and we just chat whenever we have nothing to do. Um, Earlier today, when we were closing and we were bored because we finished everything,
Mm-hmm.
we were drawing and like sitting on our phones, just talking, and
Mm-hmm.
we did that for like a half an hour, I think. Um, and like we'll just like talk about stuff and like relate to stuff. I learned that she wasn't straight today, which is exciting. Uh, because having straight friends is fine and all, but it's not ideal sometimes.
Right, yeah.
But that was fun. And there's a so like my first day I was just doing training stuff. So like the videos, like reading the shit and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I was sitting in the manager's office falling asleep while I was doing it because I it was quiet in there when the
Uh-huh.
doors closed. I can't hear a lot of like outside noise really unless it's loud. Um, and then I had the light off, so it was quiet. It's also very cold in there. So I was falling asleep because it was so cold and it was quiet, and I was like nodding off, like reading and like watching the videos. And then my manager knocks and she comes in and she goes, "Hey, how you doing?" Like checking on me after a couple hours, and I was like, "I'm tired." And she goes, "Already?" And I was like, "No, no, I mean, I'm falling asleep." She goes, "Oh, do you want me to turn the light on?" And I was like, "Honestly, that might help a little bit." She goes, "Okay." Turns the light on. I'm not doing it as much, but I'm still like kind of falling asleep. And I'm like doing my best not to fucking like, because not best first impression for the first day.
Right.
Um, so I like kind of get through it, and then for like the last like 2 or whatever hours at the very end, um, I like come out and I sit with everybody while I'm like finishing some training things and like just like talking with people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the next day I come in, I do like a little bit of training, and then I like come out and I sit with everybody and I'm like kind of shadowing. And I was shadowing her for a little bit, my like main manager.
Mm-hmm.
And she like brought me to the back and showed me like how she cuts glasses and like does all that and like fits them in the frame and like all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is so fucking cool. I want to do this all the time. I don't have to talk to anybody. I just get to sit back here. And it's also extra cold in the lab part, and I'm like, yes, it's so cold in here. I'm so happy. Um, because at most of my jobs, there's no AC, so I'm
Oh.
like thriving. Um, it's like cold enough that we can wear sweaters and
Oh, that's
cardigans, and
so
I'm like,
nice.
this is so fucking good. So I did that with her for a little bit. I like shadowed her while she was like helping like check people out and like all that. And then there's this guy. He's like helping out from a different city
Mm-hmm.
because we were like understaffed for a long time. And I was like sitting there like doing boring training shit. And he's like, Emmett, come here. We're gonna do some fun stuff. And I was like, And I get up and I go to the back with him to do more glasses cutting because he's gonna have me like do it myself and like
Mhm.
guide me. So I was like, fuck yeah, I could like touch things and do it myself. Before I was just watching. And we're sitting there and he's like marking stuff, like doing it before he's gonna like hand it to me.
Mhm.
And he looks at me and he goes, so what are your pronouns? And I was like,
Oh.
yes. Because mind you, this man, uh, he's at least in his 20s, maybe 30s. I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
Full sleeves of tattoos also.
Nice.
And I see Studio Ghibli. I see anime. And I'm like, this guy's fucking sick. And I love him already. He's so cool. And I see No Face on his elbow. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like so excited. And he asked me this. Because like both of my managers have asked.
Mhm.
'Cause I had like brought up something before. Like with one of them, I brought up like I don't know, like misgendering or being a called woman or whatever. And she was like, "What are your pronouns?" And I told her. I was
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, he, him, they, them. They, them is optional. You don't really have to use it if you don't want to. It's whatever." And she goes, "Okay. I'll probably mostly reference you as Emmett, but that's fine." And I was like, "Okay, no problem."
Mhm.
And my other manager asked me. I told her, he, him, they, them. And she was like, "Okay, sounds good."
Uh-huh.
And then he asked, and we were sitting there, and he was like getting the lenses ready or whatever to like be marked and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Oh, he, him, they, them." And he goes, "But like mostly they, them, right?" And I was like, "Maybe." And he was like, "Okay, I'll just use that one then." And I was like,
Oh, that's
I've
so
never had,
great.
yes, I've never had anyone exclusively use they, them for me before. And I was
Oh.
so excited. And I was like,
Oh.
okay. And we were doing stuff and we were talking. Uh, and we clicked immediately. I learned, okay, we clicked very fast. I learned
Uh-huh.
this because one, he was a theater kid.
Okay, nice.
So he said that, and I was like, that makes sense. And he was like, yeah. He was like, I was the tech one though, so I was like behind the scenes. And I was like, that makes
Ooh.
even more sense. Oh my God. And we laughed about it. His girlfriend watches Critical Role,
Oh.
which I'm like, that also makes sense. You're a
Uh-huh.
D&D kind of person. He like kind of watches it. And he's also big gamer. He plays like Doom and shit, and I'm like, you know what? We could be besties. This is great. This
That's
makes
so great.
this makes so much sense. So we're like standing back there. He asked me my pronouns. I tell him he, they. He's like, okay, but like they, them. And I'm like, yeah. So we're talking, and then he makes like a trans joke, and I'm like, oh, that was like a good one though. Like this is good. Um, and then like later, somebody's ticket, like their last name was Gay, and he elbows me and he goes, and he points at me, he starts laughing, and I'm like,
Oh
and we're
my
laughing,
God.
laughing at their last name just being Gay, and I'm
That's
like,
so
this is
great.
great, this is so fun. And we got along immediately, and I was so happy about it.
Oh.
And he like explains things well to my dumb little brain, and I was like, "This is great. I'm gonna cry when you leave." And I'm pretty sure his
Oh.
last day is tomorrow.
Oh
And he goes back,
no.
and I'm like, "Don't leave. You're one of my favorite people. Why can't you be here all the time?"
Oh.
So upset, but it's fine because I'll probably see him again at some point anyway, because he still
Right.
works at the same kind of store.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
But that was like so much of it. And at one point, we were talking, and he was like, "What do you like? What do you do for fun? What are your hobbies?" And I was like, "Oh, I do art sometimes when I feel like it. Like I like painting." And he goes, "You like painting?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay." And I was like, "I also just play a lot of video games." And he goes, "What video games?" Because he plays video games,
Uh-huh.
obviously. And I was like, "Oh, I've been playing like, Minecraft is a classic. I've been hyper fixating on Stardew Valley a lot. And then the girl that I said my work bestie, we've been
Uh-huh.
closing together. We talk all the time. She's
Oh.
drinking something, and she looks at me. She goes, and she's pointing at me because she's drinking, so she can't like open her mouth.
Yeah.
And she's like, and she swallows. She goes, "I fucking love that game." And then
Oh.
I'm like, "Yes." She's been like hardcore playing it on her Switch, and
Oh.
I'm like, "Yes." So we would talk about that. And
Nice.
then I was like, oh, and I also play Sims 4 because I learned you can do like mods and stuff, and you like get all the packs. And I mentioned that you get all the packs, you just mod them in and like cheat,
Yeah.
like get all the packs. And he was like, yeah, dude, why would you pay like $1,000 for all the packs? And I'm like, I know, it's so dog shit. I just And he was like, yeah, it's really stupid. And I was like, yeah, so I've been like doing all that, and like I need to get Windows 11, so I'm gonna get a new SSD drive or whatever soon. And he goes, oh yeah, and like more storage. I was like, yeah. And he was like talking about his girlfriend, like she'll buy like the best like graphics card or whatever, and then play like an 8-bit game. And he's like, why don't fuck don't you play like Doom or something? Why are you playing like why are you playing The Sims 4 when you get the best graphics card ever? Oh my God.
Me.
Literally, he was like, my girlfriend's so stupid, I swear to God. And I was like, oh my God. Like lovingly, obviously. He wasn't like
Yeah.
fucking dumbass. Um, like later, I was sitting with the other girl, and we were talking about something. We were like looking up videos on the like training thing, because she was like gonna show me her like favorite training videos, because it's like designer glasses and stuff.
Mhm.
So there's like videos with like celebrities and stuff, and she was like looking for one. And he goes, "Hey, Emmett." And I look over and I'm like, "Yeah," because he's sitting at kind of like the end of like all the row of like desk things.
Mhm.
And he's like, "I just realized, um, do you need more storage because you've been downloading too many mods for The Sims 4?" And I started giggling to myself and I was like, "Maybe." And he goes, "Because I was thinking about it and I was like, Stardew Valley is an 8-bit game. It doesn't take that much. Why would you need more storage?" And I was like, yeah, I downloaded too many mods and I also need Windows 11 and I don't have enough storage, so I need to get another one. And he goes, "Oh my God." And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Fun.
I deleted Sims just so I can get Windows 11, and then I need to
Oh
get a
my
better
God.
SSD.
Yeah. I wanted to like reinstall Stardew because I hadn't had it installed on this computer. And I had to Google how much a gigabyte was to like a megabyte or whatever.
Yeah, I don't even
Because
know.
one of the numbers was bigger than the other. And I was like, I have enough space. I had to Google and I was like, okay, that's like barely half. That's fine. And I downloaded it and I was like, okay, now I'm done and now I can't do anything until I get another one. Oh, it's fine. Okay, cool. 'Cause I took up so much space with my fucking Sims mods, but it's fine. Um, and then so it's mostly I've been talking to him a lot, to my new work bestie a lot, and then my managers are also incredibly sweet.
That's so cool. That's
Um,
awesome.
yes, we like to joke. One of the assistant manager when I was doing because I did two separate interviews.
Oh.
I did one with the main manager, and then the assistant manager wasn't in that first one, I don't think. So I did a separate one with her because they'll usually do them in tandem, but I did mine separate.
Mhm.
So I did my second interview with the assistant manager, and we were talking, and the the interview ran a little long because we just started chatting at the end, like talking. And when I got home, my mom was like, "Why did that take so long? It was like an hour and a half." And I was like, "You're just chatting. You're talking after." And she goes,
Oh,
"Oh, that's a good sign." And I was like,
yeah.
"Yeah." Because we were talking, because it was like one of the questions was like, "What's the thing you overcome?" or whatever, like one of those shitty interview
Yeah.
questions. And I mentioned like some asshole over the phone or whatever. And she, we start talking and she brings up like um at one of her old jobs as a waitress, like the owner was like a piece of shit and he did cocaine
Oh
and
my
he was like
god.
extremely like mean and like toxic, and like her sister worked there too, and like all this. And
Mhm.
how she would like get in his face and be like, "You better wipe the crystal out of your nose before somebody sees it." And she would like chest bump him and shit and be like, "Get the fuck out of my
Oh my
face."
god.
Because he like raised his hand up like he was gonna hit her sister once, and she like got in his face and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing that for?"
Oh.
Um, and then she was like, "You better put your fucking hand down before I call the cops. I can see this coke in your nose still. You better chill out."
Oh my
Um,
god.
and after that, I was like, "Damn, she's a bad bitch, huh?"
Yeah.
She's gonna get in anybody's face. She don't give a shit. And like, after working like a full shift with her today, I I was like, oh yeah, she doesn't give a fuck. Like
Oh,
she is the person, she's not a people pleaser. She will not get like walked on or stepped on. If
yeah.
somebody has a problem, you go to her because she will fucking solve
Oh,
it.
that's
Um,
amazing.
I love her so much. Like literally, because I'm so people pleasy. I'm like, oh my God, like they having it. Oh my God, oh, they're having an issue and I can't fix it. And like, we were doing something like figuring out somebody's insurance, and she was showing me how to do it. And then she was like doing like kind of the rest of it because I didn't know
Hmm.
how to do it. And a couple came in, and I was like, oh, should I like go over and like, greet him and like help him? She goes, no, we're busy. They can find somebody else. And I was like, you know what? You're so right. You're so fucking right. They can find somebody else. I'm so dumb. You're so right.
It's like golden retriever energy.
I'm literally that at work because I'm like, oh my God, I'm like tiptoeing so hard. And she's like, nope, fuck him. It doesn't matter. And I'm like, you're so fucking right. Oh my God. Because she's like the sweetest person ever. But if you get on her bad side, you're fucked, you know?
Right, yeah.
It's like, there's this guy, he kept coming in. He came in twice. And he has gotten three new frames and two new lenses, and he's just like a menace. And he came in the first time, and she was like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure that's the guy I'm thinking of, but I'm not sure." And then by the time we were like fixing his frame and like popping the new lenses in, she goes, "No, I'm pretty sure it's that guy."
Hmm.
And then he left. He comes back, and I'm in there with her, like asking her a question or whatever, like
Hmm.
handing her something. And I look over, and I'm like, "Oh, he's back." And she goes, "Son of a bitch, I am not in the mood for this shit today." And I was like, "Ooh, he gonna get his ass whooped." And I kind of like laughed a little bit, and she went out there and she fucking handled it. She was like
Oh,
not taking his shit, and I was like, "Get it, let's go."
yeah.
And she explains things so well. Like a lady, she was really confused about her receipt because it said like her insurance only covered 100, but it actually covered 400, but it didn't say that on her receipt because it was like really confusing, like the plans and stuff.
Hmm.
And I didn't know how to explain that because I'm fucking stupid. And I just started working there like barely a week.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I grabbed the assistant manager and I'm like, hey, and she grabs her paperwork. She's looking it over. She goes, oh, and she like explains all of it to her because she was really confused. And she was like, well, if I would have known that like the sale or whatever was gonna cover more, I would have done that. And she explains all of it to her. She goes, oh, so I saved more. She goes, oh yeah, you saved almost $500. And she
Wow.
goes, oh, okay, because like I was confused and didn't say that. She goes, oh yeah, yeah, and she like explains it and she shows her and she goes, and would you like the paper just to reference? She goes, yes, please. She got that all wrapped up in less than 5 minutes, and I'm like, you know
Slay.
what? You fucking user everything you got. Holy shit! Like you, so hardworking. She's doing the most today. It's crazy.
Oh, that's great. I love good work environments.
Yes, they check in with you. They'll be like, woohoo, when you like do something on your own
Yeah.
for the first time. Like I did a sale on my own for the first time, other than like being like, how do I do insurance? I
Yeah.
did everything else on my own. Fine. I did it good. I did all the adjustment stuff. I did it.
Uh-huh.
And then as soon as I was done, um, the my work bestie came over. She goes, "Woohoo, you did it!" She gave me a
Oh.
high five, and I was like, "Yes, reinforcement, positive reinforcement. That's
Yeah.
all I need." Because I've never had that at any of my other jobs.
Right,
I
yeah.
literally at the dollar store, like there was something I was like doing the most there. Honestly, as somebody who wasn't an assistant manager, I was acting like one.
Yeah.
And there was one time that I was doing something and um my manager she like she like said like good job or some shit. She said something along those lines of like, oh yeah, you're doing a good job or whatever, and I was like, thank you, that's all I need. And
Oh,
she goes,
yeah.
that's the only time you're getting it. And I'm like, I know,
Oh.
I'm savoring it. And she just laughed, and I was like, you fucker. Because it was like, joking between friends, but also I was like, you fucker, I need
Yeah.
more positive reinforcement.
Yeah, it's
You know I'm gonna
nice.
quit. She knew I was gonna quit too. She was she was waiting for that 2 week notice, and then I quit after she left, and she was like, "Hey," and I fucking
Oh.
because I was like, "I'm gonna quit right before Christmas," and she goes, "Please quit after Christmas." She was like, "I don't give a shit if you quit, just do it after Christmas, please." And I was like, "No, I'm doing it before." And then she
Nice.
left to a different store, and we got a new store manager, and I quit before Christmas.
Nice. I
Yeah,
remember
and
I
I told her later, and she was like, "Damn, I didn't know if you were gonna actually do it or not." I was like, "I found a new fucking job, and it pays more. Of course I did it."
uh
Very funny.
bagel sphere when I got transferred to downtown. Because I used to work in a
Yeah.
different part. And so when I got transferred, oh my god, I loved my coworkers. So one of the shift leaders, um, he was pretty cool. He could tell that I was like a nervous wreck all the time,
Yeah.
especially when there was a huge rush when we had the line out the door. And so afterwards, he would high five me and he said, "Good job, Julian." And I was like, "Thank you."
Oh,
And he would only high five me.
oh my God, I love that so
And
much.
like, I felt very special.
Yes, yes. Oh my God. It feels
I,
so good to get that reinforcement, dude.
yeah, my little dumb kid brain goes, "Yes, please."
Dude, literally me. Every time they're like, "Oh my God, you did it on your own. Good job." I'm like, "Oh, I did it on my own. Thank you."
That's, oh my god, that's how I felt the other day because I've been like scared to go to a local market by myself. I don't know, probably because I'm scared they're gonna talk to me and then I'm not gonna understand them. And so I came back home and Jen was like, "Good job," and I was like, "Thank you."
Oh my God, literally, yeah. Every time I do anything that's like kind of nerve-wracking, somebody can tell, and they're like, "Oh my God, good job," or like, "Oh, you did it, nice." I'm like, "Thank you. I did my best, I promise."
And let's dive into the trauma. No, I'm
Oh
kidding.
my God, that sounds like a therapy session. Oh my God, work is so great. So the trauma of why I like positive reinforcement, let's get into it. Literally.
Let's see why your dumb little brain.
Why your dumb little brain turns into a fucking golden retriever. Let's
Yeah.
let's talk about
Oh my god,
it.
there was this TikTok that was like this guy talking and he was imitating someone and the someone was saying like, "Oh my god, I love your personality, like you're so great." And then the guy was like, "Thank you. This is actually your personality that I stole." So of
Dude,
course everyone's
literally.
going to like me.
Literally. I have been copying my work bestie so hard lately because she's so bubbly, happy, like very much like just like I don't know, almost like extroverted kind of.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that. I don't know if you've noticed a little bit today, but I've been like talking like this, like doing a lot of that, and like you can't see my face, but I do like the like when you close your eyes, but they're still like it like squints, like your cheeks
Yeah.
are high, and you're doing all that, and you're like pointing your finger with your thumb out like the gun, and you're like swinging
Yeah.
it. I've been doing a lot of that because she does that.
Oh.
And I've been like talking and like doing all that and like it's so fucking cool. Like doing and I've been doing a lot of that because that's what she does. And I've been around her so much lately that I've been
Yeah.
copying her. I even she has nails. I don't know if they're acrylics or gel,
Mhm.
but they're long. And when she taps with like the pad
Ooh,
of her finger and not
satisfying.
the end. Huh?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that she taps with her fingernails, and I was like ASMR satisfying.
Oh God, it is though. I love it. It does tap sometimes, but when she like, because we have to use iPads, which is garbage, and I hate Apple. When she does it, she uses like the pad of her finger because she can't use the end because of her nails.
Yeah.
And I see the way she types, and I've been shadowing her a lot. So now when I do it, I have
Oh.
short ass fingernails. I'm using the pad of my finger to tap on there, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing this for? It makes no goddamn difference. It's just because she's doing it. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like hardcore imitating her because it's getting me through the day.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if this is healthy, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I just fucking yoinked her personality like full on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, I remember when I was working, I would try to copy customers' personalities so we would get along good.
I do that. I do that every time. If somebody doesn't want to talk to me, I don't talk to them. If
Yeah.
somebody is incredibly bubbly and wants to talk to me, I reciprocate that shit 100%.
Yeah.
There was a girl that came in. She was helping her boyfriend shop for glasses, and he wanted quote unquote masculine glasses. That's how she said it. Also, she did the quotes and shit. Uh, she had like the cat wing, the cat wing. Yeah, cat wing.
I have no
What the
clue.
fuck is it called? It's like the winged eyeliner or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Cat eye winged eyeliner. That's what it is.
Uh-huh.
She had that, and she was very bubbly. And we were talking, and I was shadowing her. While she was, I was shadowing my coworker while she was talking to her. That made no sense. Um, and we were like being bubbly together and like talking. And then she goes, "Okay, I'm gonna give you a hug." After she asked her name, and she goes, "Hugs for you," and she said her name, and they
Oh.
hugged. And then she peeks around her and she goes, "And who is this?" And I went, I'm Emmett. And she goes, and hugs for Emmett. And we
Oh.
hugged, and I was like, thank you.
Oh.
I was so nervous afterwards. So I was like, customers don't usually hug me, but I was okay with it because she's very nice.
Oh, that's so
Um,
sweet.
yeah, we hugged, and she was like, "See you training?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "You're doing a great job," and I was
Oh,
like, "Thank you."
I love that. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was very sweet. I love it. There's been a lot of customers because like I immediately tell them I'm training because if I fuck
Yeah.
something up or I'm like I have to go get someone else, they're not like, "Why the fuck do you need someone else?"
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm training. So like I've had people leave and be like, "You're doing a great job," like right
Oh.
before they leave, and I'm like, "Thank you so much, bitch." Oh my God.
Oh, that's so
Um,
sweet.
Yeah. It's funny. After that happened, after she hugged me, the guy I mentioned earlier with all the tattoos,
Yeah.
he opens the lab door and he peeks out and he goes, Emmett, come here. And I go, oh, and I turn around, I go in there, and the other girls they laugh. They're like, oh, there he goes. And I go in there and because like he mentioned like earlier in the day or whatever, because I put my hands in my pockets when I was walking over to greet someone. He goes, "Emmett, take your hand out of your pockets." And I put my hands up like I was fucking surrendering or something, and I was like, "Oh!" And then I kept walking, and put my hands down, and then I had my thumbs in my pockets because I didn't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
'Cause I look weird when I just have my hands like I'm like holding my wrist or whatever when they're in the front
Right.
or I'm like holding my hands together because I felt so fucking awkward.
Uh-huh.
And he mentioned that. He was like, I noticed you didn't have your hands in your pockets. And I was like, it's because you yelled at me and told me to take them in my pockets. He goes, you knew I was joking. Don't fucking, don't act like I screamed at you. And I was like, I know.
Oh.
It was, he's like, we built enough rapport. It's fine. And I'm like, I've never heard anybody use that fucking word when it wasn't for police also.
Yeah.
For like an investigation. I'm like, what are you investigating? What do you mean rapport? That sounds scary. Don't say that to me. But he's like, I noticed you didn't have your hands in your pockets. And so and so, the manager, didn't know how to like bring it up to you. And then I just like yelled it at you. And I was like, yeah, and it worked. I haven't put my hands in my pockets since. Because I'm like, oh, can't do bad things in the store. My hands are, oh my goodness.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. That's so funny. That sounds like a little sitcom.
It's so fun. It kind of feels like a sitcom in there. Because like I'm very much like in my head, like, oh, I'm anxious to go to work, and I'm like, and I get
Yeah.
to work, and I'm like, and it's fine, because everyone
Yeah.
is too happy to like make me feel worse.
Yeah. That's how I felt
It's
at
like,
the bagel place.
yeah, that's good though. It's nice to have coworkers that you like, because then you don't dread your job as much.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially because it's like I'm still training, and every time I need anybody, I have to like either I turn around and they're already walking towards me because they can notice that I'm like, oh, do I need to get somebody? Or they like heard me talking to them, or I just turn around and be like, and I'll be right back, and I have to like go be like, hey, can you help me, please? I like tap on their shoulder.
Yeah.
Please help me. I'm very stuck. Can you please help me?
I remember when I was working at Starbucks and I was opening on my own, someone wanted a flat white. Could not for the life of me remember how to make a flat white. And it's just basically espresso, and you like pour the milk in a certain way so it leaves like a little white dot on the top. It's like a latte, basically.
Uh,
And so I was like, there's a line happening as well, and I was staring at the espresso machine. And I was like, fuck. And so I
no.
like shamely picked up the walkie-talkie that goes to everyone in Target, and I was like, I need help.
Oh my God, no.
And this guy named
I
Kevin
need
came up,
help.
and he was so nice. He was like, yeah, I can help you. And I was like, thank you.
Oh my God. Just, I need help. It's just like, oh my God, can't do this.
And like and then the guy made it, and then he left, and I was putting the lid on, and then I spilt it, and the and the guy like who was wanting the flat white, I was kind of scared of him because he was intimidating. And then he looks at him and he was like, you know what, shit happens. And I was like, you're right.
Oh my God, dude. That's so sweet. I love when customers are just kind of like, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's so sweet. I love it so much. I used to have to do that at my old job. I would open and close. I'd work a full 2 days on my own.
Uh-huh.
And the first day, Saturdays, always busy, packed, always
Mm-hmm.
busy. People in and out, always needing something. And sometimes I get so overwhelmed. I remember one time I couldn't find one of the appliances because I couldn't remember where it was.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's like one big kind of like warehousey garage thingy and then like a separate like side door you have to like leave the store to go to.
Yeah.
Um, and I couldn't remember, but like this specific washer, it's packed differently than the other ones because it's for front. So it's packed with like styrofoam and like plastic instead of in the big cardboard box.
Right.
And I couldn't remember that. So I walked past it about 4 times. And I found the dryer and I went to the other room out of the store and I couldn't find it. And I had to call my manager and be like, okay, so like there's two people and they're waiting and there's a guy who also needs something and he just came in and he said that he called earlier and I don't remember. And they're waiting. I have to pack it. It's a front loader, so it's
Oh.
heavy. And I don't know where it is and it's this. And she goes, okay, do you remember? It's this packaging. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, you're so right. It's right there. And I'm looking at it. And she goes, uh-huh. And do you like need some, do you need me to, call the owner and have him come? He's not that far. And I'm like, uh, I no, okay. I think I got it because you told me where
Oh.
it was. But, like, I just got really overwhelmed for a second. I was like panicking. I was panicking hardcore because these two ladies, like, one of them very sweet, very nice. She was fine. The other one, very the type like skinny hillbilly, tall, very white blonde,
Yeah.
dazzled bootcut jeans.
And immediately I am scared.
Yes, and she has like, the American flag like
Yeah.
shit, like hat or whatever, and like the camo tank top, that kind of shit. And she was with her, very pushy, very you are a small woman and you don't know anything to me kind of way,
Yeah.
and very like you're not strong enough to do this. I'm gonna go ask that man that just
Oh
came in to help
God.
us. And I
That's
was like, okay,
embarrassing.
cool. And she was standing there waiting, and I was like, I'm fucking panicking because she's gonna be mean to me, and I don't want to deal with it. So I had to
Oh.
call my manager, and I was like, and she was like, I'm too far. Do you need somebody? And I was like, I think I got it. It's fine. I think I got it. She goes, okay,
Oh.
let me know. And I was like, okay, thanks, bye. She's like, okay, bye. And I got it, and I figured it out, and it was done. And by the time everyone left, I sat in the chair, and I was like, okay, I think I'm just gonna kill myself. This just sucks. I need to go home and take a nap. I'm so tired. This is bad. This is terrible and I hate it. I just sold like $2,000 worth of dryer washer, but like I want to go home. I'm done.
Working
It
on
was
your
like,
own is scary.
oh my God, it was halfway through the day too, and I was like, I'm not even close to done yet.
Oh.
I want to die. This is terrible.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I quit that job
Yeah, makes
because working on
sense.
the weekends on my own for a total of 12, 13 hours for both days.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm good, I think. That's too much.
Yeah, when I worked at Starbucks, I would have to open super early, and this one memorable moment I had was that I was opening, the store opens, and then I'm sitting and waiting for someone to come in. No, a whole freaking somewhat sport team comes in, 15 people wanting mochas and other things that are hot beverages that take literally 5 minutes to make each drink come in.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I was on my own. And I
Oh,
told them, I was like, this is going to take me 30 minutes, so take a seat.
oh my God. That's fucking awesome, dude.
And then
Holy shit.
the audacity of one of them to come back and tell me I messed up their order.
Hello? Fuck off.
They didn't
No,
even
fuck
tip.
off.
They didn't tip.
That's some garbo. You tip if you're gonna be an asshole. You tip good if you're gonna be an asshole.
Yeah.
That's how you get away with it. If you're gonna be an asshole, you better give me like $50. I'm serious.
Yeah.
That's not worth my fucking time. Stop wasting my time.
Yeah, no.
Ugh. Gross. I hate customer service. I
Yeah.
hate food specifically. That's when they get all pissy because they're hungry.
Ugh, yeah. Just bad. Am I the asshole for telling my wife I shouldn't be poor each month while she still has a ton? Wait, did I read this one last time?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay. Let me reread that. Okay, am I the asshole for telling my wife I shouldn't be poor each month while she still has a ton of money? Hey everyone,
Yes.
me, 35 male, and my wife, 36 female, have been married for 3 years. I have two children from my first marriage, 17 male and 13 female, and she has four, 17 female, 15 male, 12 female, 8 female.
Oh
I have,
God,
yeah, that's a lot. Um,
six kids.
I have 50-50 custody of my kids, and she has full custody of her kids, and their dad is way behind on child support, so she provides all their financial support. I have a preference of this by saying my wife and I keep our finances separate. My wife makes more than double than I do. She gets 50 an hour and I get 22 an hour. It's
Holy
always been
shit,
like that. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
that's so much fucking money, dude. Oh my God.
um, we agreed when we moved in together we would split the bills because equal equal to equitably um based on our incomes. She ended up covering basically all of household expenses, like mortgage, utilities, cable, internet, food, etc. I would cover
Jeez.
1 week's worth of groceries and my car payment. Car and motorcycle insurance, gas, cell phone, vapes. He mentioned
What?
vapes,
Is it their
etc.
vapes or their children's
His
vapes?
vapes, I guess.
Oh my God.
Unless it's his wife's vapes too.
Also, if he's gonna complain that he's paying for vapes and they're his, that's your
Red
problem.
flag.
Those are yours. Yeah, he is a walking red flag.
um, this all changed when I wrecked my car earlier this year. I went shopping with my wife for a new car and really wanted an SUV. My wife made me look at cars too because they're a lot cheaper, but I had my mindset. We sat down to finance it and they told me my payments would be about 850 a month versus about 380 a month for the car. I decided on the SUV and my wife seemed pissed. Reasonable. Um,
Yeah.
Anyway, my insurance readjusted after the accident, and with my car payment, the other expenses, I barely have $100 in my income each month. My wife has fun money and still throws a lot of it into savings and projects around the house. I was speaking about being frustrated about this with my sister, and she mentioned that a sign of financial abuse is limiting access to my household money.
What?
So, when I approached my wife and said I wanted to combine our accounts, that I shouldn't live like a, I don't know this word, a papier, while she has the
What?
money to throw around, and she told me that it was my own decision that led me to not have a lot of disposable income, and that if we wanted to discuss a budget for fun money for each of us, we could. I got really upset and told her it isn't loving or right for her to have so much left, while I barely have 2 pennies to rub together. Things got heated and I'm staying at my sister's for the weekend. I don't want things to be so wrong, but my wife might be right. If I got a cheaper car, I would have more money. So am I the asshole? Yes.
Yeah, obviously, you fucking idiot. What?
Are you kidding me?
You're the one who bought the expensive car, and now you're gonna be mad at your wife for making more than you?
Yeah.
Was anyone else imagining this man as Lord Farquaad the whole time? Just me? Just an extremely short, angry man?
It's like Danny DeVito.
Yeah, like Danny DeVito from Matilda the whole
Yeah.
time. That's all I imagined. And then she was just like a 6 foot woman who makes 50 an hour, who knows what she's doing with her money.
Yeah.
Because you can make 50 an hour and still blow that shit constantly. Just she has fun money left because she knows what she's fucking doing.
She
She
has
has
fun
four
money left from
children.
having kids. That's like
Yeah,
impressive.
fun money left from having 4 kids, paying the majority of every utility in the house and
Yeah.
house payments and probably her car insurance, the majority of groceries. She's paying for fucking everything and still has fun money left.
Yeah.
That is your fault that you don't have shit left because you decided to go with the more expensive thing and then complain that she's not essentially just giving you her money to spend.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh
I don't know.
no.
Maybe get a better job where you can get, raises more or something. Get a promotion. Work harder. Do the shit that, toxic men tell you to. Work harder. You'll get more money.
Yeah. Or, I don't know, don't fuel into toxic addictions like vapes, because vapes can be expensive.
Yeah,
They
that
can add
shit's
up.
expensive. You also have 2 kids that you have to help out with because you 50-50 custody or whatever.
Yeah.
Huh? Huh? And you're just gonna be like, no, I'm gonna spend it on groceries,
A new
a
car.
car payment. Yeah, instead of a full-on SUV that are extremely expensive and guzzle gas, instead of
Yeah.
just getting a car. You have two kids. She probably has a big enough car for all of them. It's fine.
She has like
Or
one of
you
those
can
family
split the car
vans.
load. Yeah, or you can split the car load, because you have two cars.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
dumb. He's obviously the asshole. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, gross.
I also just don't believe in having a combined bank account.
Um, I don't know. Jen and I, we plan to have one, but we're both like responsible.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little different depending. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if you're both like coming into it when you already have like full-time jobs, lots of money saved up,
Yeah.
kids, shit like that, it's like, nope, don't. But nope.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Especially if one of you is like absolutely making more money than the other, that could
Yeah.
definitely be abused because either the one who's making less money is going to just spend all the money, even though it's not technically theirs, I feel like, even though you're sharing or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the one who makes more money is going to be like, you have to ask to spend money. This is
Yeah.
your like allowance or whatever, considering I pay the majority of everything and I make the most. Like, there's always like that weird
Yeah,
financial
for sure.
like shitty distribution of money when you share, and there's obviously a difference in who makes more, or if you already have like savings and stuff, you don't want to like combine your savings.
Yeah.
I feel like it's only different if you're like a lot older and it's like, you don't got a lot to pay for. You're like in your 70s or 80s and you're like, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
And they have like separate children, so I feel like it's like, yeah, I'm gonna use my money on my kids and my money on your kids occasionally, but like they don't live with us because it's 50-50. So,
Yeah. Imagine parents gave their kids credit cards.
ew. I know there's like the ones where you're like a teenager. I think you have to be like maybe 15 years to 17, and you can be like added on so they can like
Oh.
put money on your card or whatever, so you can like learn how to use a debit card.
Right, I remember kids getting that in school, and I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I did that for a bit, but like not really. It was mostly just like to get me an account in the bank, but I never ended up using that bank anyway. So
Yeah. Oh.
yeah, I don't understand it, and I never will.
Yeah. I feel like for Jen and I don't make income, so
Mhm.
I'm just kind of using his card. Um,
Yeah, I feel like
but
it's a little different than that for sure.
yeah, but if I were to make income, I think we would have a shared bank and just get two different credit cards because we're both responsible. We're not gonna like, I don't know, do things without asking each other,
Yeah,
if it's like
it's
big
definitely a
expenses.
communication thing for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
I don't like the idea of like I have a big purchase and I know I have enough and I'm responsible with my money, but I have to call and ask if I could
Oh.
buy it. It's like, bitch, I'm gonna fucking spend the money I earned.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
for sure.
I don't like, yeah, I just don't like that.
One
Some
thing,
people it works. It does not work with me. I
yeah.
will never have a shared bank account.
One thing that I was like kind of having to get used to is that we would go grocery shopping. I'm like, Jen, can I get this? And he was like, you don't have to ask.
Yeah, me and mom are doing that. One because it's like it's technically my mom's card, even though half of it is mine. It's just not transferred
Right.
over yet. Like my shit's not processed.
Mm-hmm.
So like we'll go shopping and I'm like, "Do you want to get this?" And they're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Do you want to get this?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like we'll get everything that we've already written on the list, but then if we see something, we're like, "Do do you want to get it?" We're like so good about it, even though it's like we have a limit. It's
Mm-hmm.
like 150, like max. Like
Yeah.
100 is like good. We spent under that
Yeah,
the first
it's
time, and we went back and we were like, "Oh, I'll grab a couple things." We were still
yeah.
under, and we went grocery shopping the next day to grab like a couple more things, and we barely hit like 100. We were like,
Yeah.
"Well, I guess we can be a little bit more liberal next time." So stupid.
That's when I moved here, I didn't realize how cheap things were compared to like, I don't know, Whole Foods. Um,
Oh, why the
because
fuck would you shop at Whole Foods?
it was the closest place to my apartment. It was the only place I could walk to.
So
But
expensive.
good thing food stamps gave me like 300, so I was living off the land.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, but like I don't know, food stamp. I mean, what? I don't know. Like Whole Foods, you get like 5 items and it's like $20. But like
Yeah.
you get 5 items here and it's like $6, and I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. It's kind of like that if you go to like a Winco or
Oh
something,
yeah,
because it's like that shit's cheap.
yeah,
There's like a family sized box of cereal for like 2.88. It's like,
yeah. It's good. It's good.
yeah, that's why we only shop there mostly.
Yeah, Winko's good, but it's like God. It's such a weird environment.
That's why we go at night.
I feel like even that is like fever dream.
It does feel weird because it's like like it's not, but the lights feel dimmer.
Ugh, yeah.
It's like, ooh, I'm vibing in here when I'm getting food. There's also we went grocery shopping the first time together, and we were like walking like there was these two ladies, and I think it was like a lady and like her mom maybe or something, like older,
Hmm.
um, like I don't know, 30s or 40s, and then like 60s, 70s kind of,
Yeah.
and we were going around them. And they're oh sorry in your way, and we're like oh no you're fine. We're just kind of we're going a little slow, and they're like, yeah, us too. And then we were kind of like accidentally like following each other through the aisles because we were just going up and down each aisle.
Yeah.
And at one point, she was like, "No, we're just following you, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, you really are." And she was like, "Yeah, that's weird. Sorry." And we kept running into each other because we kept going the same way because we were only getting food.
Yeah.
Neither of us went down the other aisles. And then by the time we got there, we were checking out at the checkout, and they came in behind us, and we were like, huh, just doing the same shit tonight, huh? And they're like, yeah, it's very funny.
Were you guys like the only ones in the store?
There was like a, there was like a handful of people,
Mm-hmm.
but we got in there, I guess, around like the same time, so we were just kind of like doing all the same shit at the same
Yeah.
time. It's funny. That's when you meet the nice people though, because all the old people will go in the morning or the afternoon,
Yeah.
um, and are fucking annoying and try and talk to you.
Yeah.
Because we went with Moth's parents, because they were like, "We're gonna take you grocery shopping," and we were like, "Okay."
Oh.
It was very awkward because I didn't want to ask for anything
Yeah,
because I
makes
was like,
sense.
"They're spending their money. I'm not gonna ask for anything we don't fucking need."
Yeah.
Um, so I was like, kind of just like waddling with them, and they'd be like, "Do you want this?" I'd be like, "Sure," and we put it in the cart. And this fucking old guy, he, I don't know, he was talking. There's like five old people in the aisle, and we were
Hmm.
going down it. And this old guy starts talking to Moth's dad, and they're like joking with each other. And I'm like, this sucks. Why do you talk to, ew, why do you talk to people? I hate this. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like the shitty, like old men jokes, like, ha ha, gotta do my 3-point turn. Oh my gosh, you're going over the speed limit. When
Oh
like
my
this old lady was in
God.
like one of those like carts, like the motorized ones,
Yeah.
like joking, like, oh, you're going over the speed limit. She was like, oh, ha ha ha. And I was like, this shit, I hate this. This is annoying old people jokes, and they're not funny, and I don't like them. And he keeps talking to Mott's dad,
Oh my God.
and I just want to leave and get out of this aisle because he's staying right there. Awful.
One thing that I like about German supermarkets is that no one talks. It's
I
quiet. You walk in
wish,
and it's just quiet.
dude, I wish. People are talking on their phones, jibber jabbering, it fucking so loud.
That might be
I
like
hate
seen as rude here almost.
I wish, dude. It's so annoying. That's why I bring my headphones when I go shopping by myself.
Vibe.
I need the big noise canceling ones to put on, but I have to like fit it over my afro.
But yeah, I got a pair of noise canceling headphones and they so good.
I wish. I need some good Bluetooth ones.
Oh yeah. Have you heard of what's it called? They're like Sony WH. Yeah, there we go. I'll send you the name of it and you can look into it. They're really good.
Need some. Look at those.
Yeah.
It's a
They're
big
kind of
over ear.
spendy, but it's like worth
That's
it.
fine. I'll save up for them. I need a couple things once I save up. So
Yes. They're very good.
yes, yes.
When I was on the airplane over here, I had open back headphones, which is not good for noises, and the airplane was super loud. So
Yeah.
I was trying to like watch or listen to something, but all I could hear was just of the airplane.
Ugh. God,
Yeah,
so awful.
it was loud. Airplane was so loud.
Yeah. I mean, they're usually either really loud or extremely quiet,
Yeah,
and both times it's like I'm uncomfortable.
yeah,
It's really quiet. I'm like, I don't feel like I can breathe in here.
yeah. Oh my god, man, airplane was kind of fun. I love the airplane food. They had like tortellini pasta and like a
Oh,
brownie
fuck.
and
I
like a
guess you had a really
ciabatta
long
bread.
day. Oh my God.
I think I got the fancy plane because I missed my flight going to Germany because of plane maintenance.
Hmm.
And so they were like, oh, so they just gave me a flight.
That's so funny. You probably did. Probably got the nice food because they were like, I'm so sorry.
There was like no one on the plane, so I got to choose my seat.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah,
Less people.
it was good. It was fun.
Sounds fun. Planes otherwise kind of suck.
The one to our town to, or your town to Seattle,
Hmm.
it was like my first, so it was my first plane experience ever, and so it was trippy. Seeing a plane take off, that's like
Yeah,
scary.
it's
Your
crazy.
body slanted, you're seeing everything from like a 90-degree angle.
Dude, yeah. I remember I got in the plane and like the first time I was like I remember like being on one
Uh-huh.
and I was staring out the window and I was watching us leave the ground and I was like, that's so fucking scary, dude. We're just in the air. The landing is the worst though, because you like kind of skid a little
Oh
bit.
yeah.
You like hop up and down. I'm like, we're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, you're just seeing everything as you're going down.
Yeah. And I remember we got a connector once
Hmm.
into a smaller plane,
Ugh,
like those fucking two-seat ones.
ew.
And I was like, we're gonna fucking die in here. This is so scary. Because it was like the ones I would normally go on is like two seats on each side.
Yeah.
But it was like, it was like, it was like one or two seats on each side, but it was like half the size
Yeah.
of like a normal plane. And my mom was like, I'm so used to this. I went to Vietnam and we were on the scariest little rickety
Ugh,
plane. I thought we were gonna go down, and I was like, that's so scary, dude.
gross.
What the fuck? It was like one seaters on each side kind of shit.
Yeah, ew.
And I was like, no, 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 never doing that kind of shit. I will die of a heart attack.
Ugh. There's this TikTok of this footage of these people in a plane, and the plane was like it was like almost close to the ocean, and it was tilting to a side angle, and like I was like, oh my god, that's
No,
terrifying.
that's so scary, dude.
Why get that close to the ocean? Stop it.
Yeah, ugh. I'm scared of the ocean.
Yeah, you're trusting someone so wholeheartedly to fly that plane.
Yeah,
It's scary.
it's so scary. I don't like it. It's like it's not even just trusting the person flying the plane. It's the people before who are like doing the maintenance on
Oh
it
yeah,
and like making sure it's like all good to go and like engines and shit. It's
yeah,
like that's no, I don't trust that many people at once. It's so
yeah.
scary.
When I was on the plane and they were doing maintenance on the plane before flying, I was like, great, this is awesome.
It's so gross. I just like thinking about like more people die in car accidents than they do in plane
Yeah.
accidents. More people get eaten by sharks than they will getting crashed in a plane. You know, that shit. Because I'm like, no fucking way I'm going down today. If
Yeah,
it's not me or the 300 other flights that have happened today yet,
yeah.
it's not gonna be me. I swear to God. I am not the outlier. I'm not a main character. This is not how this works.
Yeah.
Plane has gone to about 15 other places today. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, scary.
It's good. I don't like it.
Oh my god. It's switching topic. You need to watch Castlevania pronto.
Oh yeah, we haven't been watching a lot of like shows because I we've been busy.
Yeah.
So I'll have to push for that.
There's like, I don't know how you feel about sex scenes, but there's like one scene in like the last season they just go at it with sex scenes, so just like a little warning, just a little.
I am fine with them now. I used to be a big fucking baby about it, be like, "Oh my God, what is that? I am a Christian boy."
That's still me. I get so uncomfortable, like it ruins the show for me.
Oh
Uncomfortable.
my God.
Yeah.
I think like it depends on I guess how they're doing it because it's sometimes it's like I didn't need to fucking see that.
Yeah.
Like if it's 50 Shades of Grey type shit, I'm like that's gross and I don't need to see it. But if it's just like normal sex scenes, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
If I'm watching the show with my mom though, I get uncomfortable
Yeah.
because it's weird. A lot. She made me watch a show with the actor who played Ron Weasley. He
Yeah.
was He's in a fucking show called like Late something or whatever. I don't know. It's on Netflix. It's
Hmm.
pretty mid. I don't. It's whatever. It's not funny at all. And there's a part because it's like his character like gets diagnosed with cancer, but then
Oh
it's
yeah, I know
wrong.
that show. Yeah.
Yeah, that. And there's a sex scene in it which was so fucking out of nowhere.
Oh.
And it came on, and I looked over the TV, and I was like, oh, and I turned her, and I got out my phone, and I was like, my mom's on her phone, so I'm just gonna get on my phone and pretend that I'm doing something when I'm just avoiding looking at the sex scene and
Yeah.
listening to the sex noises until they're done because it's gross. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And they tried to do like a weird little artsy shot where it was like them fucking under the sheet through the mirror, and I was like,
Oh
I
my
don't like
god.
this. It's yucky and it's bad. I don't like it.
I hate when I'm watching like a. I had like this huge phase of like watching psychological thriller movies, and they just like throw in the most random sex scenes, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
I know. It's awful. I don't like it.
It's just like
That's why
sometimes so unnecessary.
it is. They're just doing it because it's like, well, we're rated R anyway. Might as well throw in some fucking in there. And it's like, man, maybe not. Maybe don't do that actually.
Yeah.
Maybe chill out a little
Oh
bit.
my god, have
Just
you seen Midsummer?
no. Oh my God, that shit makes me nervous. I don't watch it.
There's like, are you ever gonna watch it? Should I just talk about a spoiler?
Yeah, I'm never gonna watch it.
Okay, spoiler for Midsummer. I don't know. I feel like everyone should seen it by now, but so you have like the main character Danny, and she has like her boyfriend, and they go to like Sweden, and it's like this cold, yada yada, and
Yeah.
then at the end, it's like, I don't know, they like thrive on virgins basically in that cult,
Ugh.
and so
Yeah.
the boyfriend of Danny's like getting what's the word, persuaded by this like ginger woman, and
Yeah.
she's like, come follow me, and so like she's not speaking, but she's like giving hints, and
Yeah.
they're all sitting at this like huge dining table with like 15 people in
Hmm.
in outside, and so Danny's like getting dragged off to do something, can't remember. And then the boyfriend, goes to this room, and there's just like this huge orgy scene of like, I don't know, 30 women in him.
Oh
And they're
God.
just showing everything. And I'm like, oh, what?
Jesus
And it's
Christ.
the most random thing ever.
Uh.
Oh, I think at the same time, Danny's having a panic attack in another room.
Oh, good.
So it's
That's
like
fine.
great. And it's like going in between that scene and then the sex scene and then Danny just crying.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. That's oh my God.
Yeah. It's
Great
weird.
show.
It's a great movie, but it's like what?
Yeah. That's kind of one of the reasons that I didn't watch like Game of Thrones because I'm
Oh yeah,
like
don't.
I don't need to watch all the incest. I don't give a shit about the plot anyway. There's no real
Yeah.
reason for me to watch it. Everyone's like, you just gotta get past like the incesty parts in like the beginning, and
That's like every episode.
I'm like, it's all of it. What do you mean,
Yeah.
dude? I don't want to just sit through incest sex the whole time and
Yeah.
then kind of get plot. I don't give a shit that much.
Yeah.
Like, cool if you like it, but I do not care enough to sit through that to watch plot that I don't
Yeah.
care about.
Yeah, I watched it all and I felt very uncomfortable, but the plot was pretty good. But the only thing I got out of it was this woman named Brianna of Tarth, because she's just like this badass tough woman who's like super tall and amazing, and I love her. Um,
Okay.
cause like she's just like so strong. She's so cool.
Uh-huh.
And like at the end she gets like a knighted, and because she always wanted to be a knight, and it's just so cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Oh,
Other than that, not worth it.
pretty mid. Yep.
Based.
I'm so based on that opinion. It's pretty mid. Even though it's like one of the most beloved shows ever, and
Yeah.
people would be so fucking mad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. My
Yeah.
mom keeps trying to convince me to watch it. She's like, I can even put it on like the USB for you so you can watch it all. And I'm like, I'm never gonna watch it. Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
It's not
It's
worth
I
watching eight
don't
seasons.
No, it's 8 seasons, and everyone says it's terrible after the fifth season. So why the fuck
Yeah.
would I watch it?
Yeah, it gets bad. Last episode is just trash.
If it if it's shitty at the end, why the fuck would I want to watch it if it's
Yeah.
gonna get shitty? If it ends good, I'd think about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'd watch it still, but I think about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch
Yeah. Valid.
it.
I don't know how I got through it. I think I just skipped
Dissociate a
everything.
couple
Yeah, I
times.
just
Oh,
like dissociated. Yeah.
I'd probably do that. I do that when I get bored, so.
Yeah, true. Same. Up top.
Bad. I've been doing that all fucking day today, dude.
It's a good feeling sometimes.
Yeah, I got a good daydream going, so I've been hardcore dissociating whenever I don't have anything to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, got a good plot line going.
Oh, we're hitting the 2 hour mark.
Yeah, probably cut it here.
Any last thoughts? Any last topics?
Um, let's see. Fuck Game of Thrones. Fuck Karens.
Uh-huh.
And I love my new job. Shout out to
Nice.
all of the people that I work with. I will not name drop you because I don't know if that's okay. And I'm gonna go eat a snack. So
Nice. Sounds good.
yeah.
Swag. Well, thank you for joining us for I think it's our 5th episode now.
Uh, yeah. Let's go with that one. I think I gotta check. We're only 5 episodes in, and I already don't know where we are.
Yeah, I think it's 5th.
Probably.
But yeah, thanks for listening. Have a good day, evening. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.